Strength of the mind is not built in one day, nor does it come from comfort. It is a discipline, a path, a choice that must be made every single morning. To become the most mentally strong version of yourself, you must embrace the truth that challenges are not obstacles. They are invitations to grow. The 6 secrets I will share with you are not mysterious. They are simple. But simplicity is the highest form of mastery. The first secret is acceptance. Acceptance is the foundation of mental strength. A person who cannot accept the reality of life is like a traveler who refuses to look at the map but still insists on finding his way. The truth is, life will not always unfold according to your desires. People will disappoint you. Circumstances will change, and not every plan will succeed. When you fight against what is beyond your control, you waste precious energy that could have been used for growth. Acceptance allows you to stop fighting battles you cannot win, so you can focus on the ones you can. Acceptance is not about surrendering in weakness. It is about seeing things as they are, instead of how you wish they were. Imagine holding a heavy stone in your hand. If you refuse to let it go, you will exhaust yourself carrying it. But when you accept that the stone is heavy and release it, you gain freedom. The same is true with life's burdens. The mentally strong are not those who never feel pain, but those who accept pain as part of the journey and continue forward without resentment. True acceptance also means understanding that challenges are part of human growth. You cannot avoid hardship, but you can accept it as a teacher. Every difficulty carries within it a lesson. If you refuse to accept the situation, you block yourself from receiving the wisdom it offers. But when you embrace it fully, you see clearly what it is meant to teach you. In this way, acceptance transforms suffering into strength and obstacles into opportunities. Acceptance requires humility. It is the recognition that you do not control the world, only yourself. You cannot force the seasons to change, the rain to stop, or people to always act as you desire, but you can control your response. This is where power lies. Humility teaches you to bow before reality, not in defeat, but in wisdom. A humble mind accepts what is, while a proud mind breaks itself, trying to control the uncontrollable. Another aspect of acceptance is learning to let go of the past. Many people imprison themselves in memories of regret, guilt, or betrayal. They replay the same scenes again and again, wishing they could change what has already happened. But the past is unchangeable. To accept it is to free yourself from its chains. The mentally strong do not waste energy rewriting history. They accept the past, learn from it, and carry its wisdom into the present. Acceptance also applies to the present moment. Too often, people live in resistance to no. They wish they were somewhere else, doing something else, or being someone else. This creates inner conflict. Strength comes when you accept the present moment as it is. When you breathe deeply and say, "This is where I am, and I will face it with courage," you discover peace. Acceptance of the present does not mean complacency. It means using the reality of now as the ground to build your future. Finally, acceptance teaches patience. Some things cannot be rushed. Just as seeds take time to grow into trees, so too do dreams require time to blossom. A strong mind accepts this natural rhythm instead of growing anxious or frustrated. It waits with calm determination. Patience is not passive. It is an active form of strength. By accepting the pace of life, you remain steady, unshaken, and ready to receive what is meant for you when the time is right. The second secret is discipline. Discipline is the invisible thread that holds the fabric of mental strength together. Without discipline, even the greatest ambitions remain dreams, and even the most powerful intentions fade into nothing. Discipline is the act of doing what must be done, whether or not you feel like it. It is the choice to remain committed to your path when your emotions tempt you to abandon it. This inner order transforms weakness into resilience and chaos into clarity. At its core, discipline is about mastering yourself. The world is full of distractions designed to pull your mind in every direction. Pleasure calls for your attention. Comfort whispers for you to stay still, and fear tries to hold you back. A disciplined mind acknowledges these voices, but does not obey them. Instead, it directs itself toward what is necessary, what is purposeful, and what aligns with long-term growth. True, freedom comes not from doing whatever you want, but from mastering your impulses so they no longer control you. Discipline is built through consistency. It is not forged in one heroic effort, but in small, repeated actions taken every single day. Rising early when sleep tempts you, training your body when laziness whispers, studying when distractions surround you. These moments of discipline are bricks that construct the fortress of a strong mind. With time, consistency becomes identity. You no longer need to force yourself to act because discipline becomes who you are. Another truth about discipline is that it creates trust within yourself. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you strengthen your inner foundation. But when you break your own word, you weaken it. A mentally strong person does not only discipline their body or their schedule, they discipline their integrity. To be disciplined is to stand firmly in alignment with what you have declared for your life. This unshakable trust in yourself makes your mind unbreakable, even when the world shakes around you. Discipline is also an antidote to fear. Fear thrives when the mind is undirected, when hesitation takes over. But a disciplined mind does not stop to negotiate with fear. It acts. It moves forward regardless of doubt. Each step taken in discipline reduces fear's power and replaces it with confidence. You begin to realize that strength does not mean never feeling fear. It means acting with courage, even while fear whispers in your ear. There is also a deep connection between discipline and freedom. Many people believe discipline restricts them, but the truth is the opposite. Discipline liberates you from the slavery of impulses and from the prison of regret. When you live undisciplined, your life is ruled by habits, emotions, and circumstances outside of you. But when you live disciplined, you become the master of your time, your energy, and your destiny. Discipline is the key that unlocks true independence. Finally, discipline must be guided by purpose. To discipline yourself without direction is like training endlessly without knowing why you fight. Purpose gives discipline, meaning, and discipline gives purpose strength. When you rise every day and act in alignment with your greater vision, discipline no longer feels like a burden. It feels like devotion. It becomes a sacred practice, transforming you into the strongest version of yourself, step by step, day by day. The third secret is silence. Silence is one of the most underestimated sources of strength. In a world filled with constant noise, endless opinions, and unending distractions, silence feels almost unnatural. Yet it is in silence that the mind finds clarity and the heart finds peace. To cultivate silence is to step away from the chaos of the world and meet yourself as you truly are. This is not an escape. It is a return to your center, the place where mental strength is forged. Most people run from silence because it reveals what they have been avoiding. In the quiet, you can no longer hide behind distractions. Your fears, insecurities, and doubts rise to the surface. But this is not something to fear. It is an opportunity. Silence forces you to face the truths within you. Only by facing them can you transform them. Avoiding silence leaves you restless and scattered, but embracing it gives you awareness and mastery over your inner world. Silence is also the foundation of focus. A noisy mind cannot concentrate, and a distracted mind cannot grow strong. When you practice silence, whether through meditation, reflection, or simply sitting in stillness, you sharpen your ability to direct your attention. You learn to quiet the unnecessary voices so that your energy can flow into what truly matters. Focus is the weapon of the mentally strong, and silence is the sharpening stone. Another gift of silence is that it cultivates patience. The modern world teaches urgency. Everything must be instant. Everything must be fast. But silence teaches you to slow down, to breathe, to allow life to unfold at its natural pace. A strong mind does not rush blindly. It waits with calm determination. In silence, you discover that not every answer comes immediately, and not every problem is solved by force. Some truths reveal themselves only to those willing to wait. Silence is not only about withdrawing from sound. It is about creating space inside yourself. A mind filled with constant chatter cannot hear wisdom. But when you allow moments of stillness, you open a space where insight can arise. Ideas come, solutions appear, and peace settles within you. This is why silence is not emptiness. It is fullness. It is the fertile soil where understanding and strength grow. Furthermore, silence strengthens your presence. In conversations, those who know how to be silent carry a different kind of power. They listen deeply instead of rushing to speak, and their words carry more weight because they are chosen with care. Silence teaches you that strength is not always loud. Sometimes it is found in restraint, in calmness, and in the ability to hold your energy until the right moment. Finally, when silence builds resilience, when storms rage outside, whether in the form of conflict, stress, or chaos, a silent mind remains unshaken. Silence creates a refuge within you, a place you can always return to no matter how turbulent the world becomes. This inner sanctuary is a source of strength that no external force can touch. With silence as your ally, You move through life steady, grounded, and unbreakable. The fourth secret is detachment. Detachment is not about abandoning life or refusing to care. It is about learning to walk through life with balance without allowing external circumstances to control your inner world. A mentally strong person does not cling desperately to outcomes, nor do they collapse when things do not go their way. They live with presence, effort, and commitment, but they release the illusion of control over what lies beyond their reach. Detachment is freedom. The freedom to act without being enslaved by results. Most suffering comes not from what happens, but from how tightly we hold on to what we cannot keep. People cling to possessions, relationships, titles, and recognition, fearing that losing them will mean losing themselves. But nothing external truly belongs to us. Time will take it all away, whether we like it or not. Detachment is the wisdom of recognizing this truth and living with grace in the face of impermanence. It is not coldness. It is clarity. Detachment also gives you strength in the face of both praise and criticism. Many people are controlled by the opinions of others. They rise when flattered and fall when judged. A strong mind, however, does not attach its worth to external voices. Whether praised or criticized, it remains steady. Detachment allows you to listen without being owned by what you hear. It gives you the freedom to act according to your values, not according to the shifting winds of approval. There is also power in detaching from expectations. When you set a goal, give your best effort and release the need to control the outcome. You liberate yourself from disappointment. This does not mean lowering your standards. It means understanding that the outcome is shaped by many forces, not just your effort. A detached mind works with intensity, but accepts whatever result comes, using it as a stepping stone for the next step. This balance removes the anxiety that paralyzes so many people in their pursuit of success. Detachment is deeply connected with emotional strength. Relationships, for example, often cause great pain because people confuse love with possession. True love is not about owning or controlling someone. It is about allowing them to be free while you remain whole within yourself. Detachment teaches you to love deeply, but without fear of loss, because you understand that your identity does not depend on another. This creates relationships built on freedom and strength, not fear and dependence. Another aspect of detachment is learning to let go of the past and the future. Many minds are trapped in regret or lost in anxiety. But both regret and worry are attachments, clinging to what has already ended or what has not yet begun. Detachment means releasing both and grounding yourself in the present. When you detach from what is not in your control, you reclaim your power to act now. And it is only in the now that true strength can be exercised. Finally, detachment teaches resilience in times of change. Life is movement. Nothing stays the same. Seasons shift, people come and go, and circumstances evolve. To resist change is to suffer, but to accept it with detachment is to flow like water, unbroken by the stones in your path. Detached mind adapts, adjusts, and endures, remaining calm in both gain and loss. This balance gives you a strength that is not fragile, but enduring, a strength that cannot be shaken by the uncertainty of life. The fifth secret is endurance. Endurance is the art of continuing when every part of you wants to stop. It is the quiet strength that whispers, just one more step. When the mind is tired and the body is weary. Many people imagine strength as something explosive and loud, but true strength often reveals itself in endurance, in the ability to keep moving forward, slowly but steadily, no matter how heavy the burden becomes. This is what separates those who achieve lasting growth from those who give up too soon. Life will test you with storms. Pain, loss, failure, and betrayal are not exceptions. They are guarantees. The question is not whether hardship will come, but how you will respond when it does. Endurance is the shield that protects you in these storms. It does not remove the difficulty, but it allows you to remain standing, to keep breathing, and to move one step further even when the path seems endless. Each time you endure, you prove to yourself that your breaking point is farther than you once believed. Endurance is not blind stubbornness. It is strength with wisdom. It does not mean staying in situations that destroy you, but rather choosing persistence when the struggle is meaningful. A mentally strong person understands when to hold on and when to let go. But when the goal is worth it, endurance becomes an act of devotion. You endure not because it is easy, but because the vision ahead is greater than the pain of the present. There is also a hidden power in embracing discomfort. Endurance trains you to step into discomfort willingly, knowing it will shape you, just as the body grows stronger by lifting weight. The mind grows stronger by carrying challenges. Every difficulty you endure becomes part of your strength, woven into your character. What once seemed impossible becomes manageable, and what once broke you now only bends you. Endurance transforms weakness into resilience. Another truth about endurance is that it builds patience. When you endure, you learn to wait without despair, to suffer without collapsing, and to trust that persistence will eventually open doors. The greatest achievements are not given to those who rush, but to those who can walk the long road without losing faith. Patience does not weaken your resolve, it deepens it. It turns endurance from a burden into a companion on the journey. Endurance also teaches humility. It reminds you that strength is not about controlling everything, but about surviving and growing in the face of what you cannot control. Each trial endured strips away pride and leaves you with a deeper appreciation for life, for progress, and for even the smallest victories. You begin to see that enduring is itself a form of triumph, a silent declaration that you are still here, still standing, and still moving forward. Finally, endurance connects you to purpose. Without purpose, endurance feels like meaningless suffering. But with purpose, every moment of struggle becomes fuel. Purpose gives you the reason to keep going when your energy is gone and your hope is fading. Endurance, then, is not just about surviving. It is about holding on to your mission until it comes alive. This unwavering perseverance transforms ordinary people into extraordinary beings, unshakable and unstoppable. The sixth secret is purpose. Purpose is the compass of the mind. Without it, even the strongest ship drifts aimlessly across the sea, tossed by every wave and every storm. But with purpose, direction becomes clear, and every challenge faced has meaning. To be mentally strong is not only to endure hardship or discipline the mind. It is to know why you do it. Purpose gives strength its reason, and struggle its value. It transforms survival into fulfillment. A life without purpose is like walking in circles. You may be moving, but you are not truly progressing. Many people chase goals without asking themselves if those goals carry true meaning. They climb mountains only to discover they were on the wrong peak. Purpose protects you from this emptiness. It helps you align your actions with your deepest values, so that every step, no matter how difficult, leads you closer to who you are meant to become. Purpose is also what fuels endurance. Without it, hardship feels unbearable. With it, hardship becomes fuel for growth. When you know why you are suffering, the pain becomes lighter. A person with purpose can withstand storms that would break others because they are not focused only on the suffering. They are focused on the vision beyond it. Purpose turns obstacles into stepping stones, transforming every difficulty into part of the journey. Another power of purpose is clarity. When you are guided by purpose, decisions become easier. You no longer waste energy on distractions or meaningless pursuits. You learn to say no to what does not serve your mission and yes to what does, even if it is uncomfortable. Purpose acts as a filter, clearing away the noise and leaving only what matters. This clarity sharpens the mind and strengthens your resolve. Purpose also brings peace. Without it, people live restless lives, always searching, always chasing, never satisfied. But when you discover your purpose, even the simplest tasks gain meaning. Work becomes more than work. It becomes contribution. Challenges become more than obstacles. They become growth. Life is no longer about merely existing. It becomes about living fully and intentionally. Purpose transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary. It is important to remember that purpose is not something you simply find once and for all. It is something you cultivate. It may begin as a small spark, a curiosity, or a passion, and it grows stronger the more you dedicate yourself to it. As you walk your path, your purpose deepens, expands, and evolves. This ongoing relationship with your mission keeps your spirit alive and your mind sharp. Finally, purpose is the source of resilience. When life pushes you down, purpose gives you a reason to rise again. When fear whispers that you cannot, purpose reminds you why you must. It transforms discipline into devotion, silence into clarity, detachment into balance, and endurance into victory. Purpose is the root from which all other strengths grow, the anchor that holds you steady, and the flame that lights your path through darkness.